Simpson. And Japan have gone absent without leave. This is Whitmore. Paul and Gale both available. It's still Whitmore. It is the Reggae Boys who take the lead.
Ball chat. Greetings, football lovers. Welcome to Ball Chat Podcast, the show where we review some of the week's major news in the world of football. My name is Benton, and I think Kamon is on the phone.
I am here.
Heal up, Kamon. How you doing, family?
I'm good. How are you?
I am doing well, Hopefully your weekend is going great.
Cut it out, because you know that's not true, but whatever.
Hopefully your weekend. Junior is out and about. I think he will join us at some point. Even Kamon is also on camera. This is also interesting. Nice to see your face, Kamon.
Can you see my face?
I can see your lovely smile. I mean, it's probably an image, a screenshot or something. I don't know what it is. But Junior will join us. But overall, you had a great week.
I can't complain.
All right, give thanks. All right, let's get to the meat of the matter. Football roundup, football family. The week that was in the world of football. We're going to start off the top of the show with Ballers and Bugs, highlighting the impressive and unimpressive players of the week. Then we're going to segue to EPL roundup, take a look at Arsenal, massive victory against Liverpool. Martin Odegaard is now a photojournalist. Celebrating the victory, taking pics of the team. So Jamie Carragher of former Liverpool great had some choice words to say about the display or the optics of Martin Odegaard taking images or taking pics after the game. We'll discuss Arsenal versus Liverpool. We'll take a look at other EPL results. Chelsea, of course, ahead of the class. Or back of the class, whichever one. We'll take a look at Chelsea and Pochettino and what lies ahead for this football club. AFCON semi-final round is up on us. We'll look at quarter-final matches that took place. And Cote d'Ivoire, the Obi are strong, extremely strong. I don't know how this team is still in this tournament, but Cote d'Ivoire is still there. We'll take a look at the semi-final games, upcoming semi-final matches, and Asian Cup. We'll also look at what's going on in Asian Cup and Japan. The Blue Samurai gone home at the yard. And we'll get a yard ballers report, aka Jamaican football report, because we want to know what is going on with the JFF presidential election. But we'll start off with ballers of the week. Come on, ballers, impressive players of the week. Do you have any?
I have a couple. So I have Saka. In the beginning of the season, people were complaining about Saka not performing up to his name. This season so far, he has 24 goal contributions in 30 games across all competitions. I think he's consistent, so he definitely, and he started the party today versus Liverpool, so he gets a baller. Garnacho for me with a brace. He's a young man, and I know some Manchester United fans always complain that he's not consistent enough, but today he actually played the game that was in front of him. South Africa's goalkeeper, Ronwen Williams, he saved 4 penalties in the shootout. He's the first goalkeeper to ever save 4 penalties in an AFCON shootout. So he gets a baller for me. And Kuna, of course, with the hat-trick versus Bugside Chelsea, he has to get a big baller of the week.
All right, ballers and bugs, come on, check off all our ballers them already. But we want to highlight a couple just to add a little bit more spices to some of Camon's ballers. Because I had a few of them on my list. Matheus Cunha, we have to give him baller of the week, of course. Excellent youth. Record-breaking week for Matheus Cunha. He joins an illustrious club. 4 players have scored a hat-trick at Chelsea in the English Premier League. He joined the man called Kanu, man of Arsenal Football Club, great general Kanu. He also joins Sergio Cunaguero, we don't know, general, and Robin van Persie. So Matheus Cunha hat-trick at Chelsea. Definitely put him with a glorious set of players. So, well, the youth go and go to that. And my baller also, want to give a baller of the week to Iran in the Asian Cup. Big up. Iran last won the Asian Cup in 1976. They were able to see off the Blue Samurai. I don't know what's going on with Japan. Japan dominates this tournament, has been the dominant force in Asian football in recent memory. They got stung by a more physical Iranian team, and subsequently Iran goes on to the semi-final. So ball of the week to this Iranian outfit. And you know, ball of a week to Democratic Republic of Congo. Big up those players. Masuka with another big goal in this tournament in the AFCON Cup. So ball of the week, Democratic Republic of Congo. A long time the man didn't win AFCON. In fact, they won AFCON as part of another organization, another country, Congo Kinshasa. Kinshasa was when they won it as an independent state. This iteration or this version of Congo have not lifted this trophy. So we're going to put on a pot on Congo, hopefully, to win this thing. So those are my ballers of the week. Football family, we see you running in. Liverpool fans, let us know your ballers and bugs of the week. Leon Bailey is supposed to get a ball of the week. Have to give Leon Bailey a ball of the week. Another goal, but most importantly, he's having defenders in a stitches. So Leon Bailey gets a ball of the week, man. The youth play some serious football. And big up to BM. BM has also given Leon Bailey ball of the week. He scored again, 7 goals, 6 assists in the EPL. I think it's 13 or 14 goals overall in all competitions for Leon. So youth, ball of the week for him, from me. Ball and bugs. Send on your ballers and bugs. Keep them coming. We read them out. Come on. Unimpressive players are bugs of the week, family. We have.
Of course, I have to give it to Chelsea. People are complaining and calling for Poch to be fired. But then what? Then there's no way on earth you can tell me that Chelsea players are good enough. They're not good enough. I think Liverpool dodged a bullet with Caicedo because that man, he should be the man of the match for Wolves. That dude was poor today. Raheem wasn't good. Let us just call a spade a spade. Everybody loves Raheem because he's Jamaican. But Raheem Sterling has not been his best in a very long time. All them man were running with the platinum on them ear and beat a flash. Cut the ear, man. Maybe that's why you can't play football good. I just don't understand. You cannot be so poor of a player now for a club as big as Chelsea. And I say it all the time. These players are lucky that they're born in England, because if them did born anywhere else, dog would have eat them supper. Them not good enough. So Chelsea, as a matter of fact, Todd Bowie get my big bug of the week. As a matter of fact, the month just start and they might get it. Chelsea, we're in 11th place with 31 points from 23 games. And you know, we have $100 million man in the center of the park at the stupidness. Anyways, reason why Chelsea gets my bug too, they sacked Tuchel in his first year at Chelsea, and that man won the Champions League, UEFA Super Cup. He got UEFA's Men's Coach of the Year, Best FIFA Men's Coach, German Manager of the Year, but yet we are keeping Poch. Come on now. Chelsea, bug. I have to give it to Klopp too. I am tired of Klopp and complaining about everything going against Liverpool during the game. He wasn't happy with referees' decisions. Anthony Taylor can be a little you-know-what, but today was not one of those days. I think Liverpool just got beat. And I don't know if my friends remember when I say get Konate off the pitch and see it there, red card, because I saw it coming. So Klopp get a bug as well. Stop complaining for everything. Just never go your way today. Arsenal was the better team, not Anthony Taylor. Give it to Spurs as well. They gave up the lead to Everton. Everton should be commended. They were docked points and yet they remain competitive with teams who spend billions of dollars. So Spurs get that. Newcastle, speaking of billion of dollars, Newcastle as well get bugged because they are just imploding. They're not getting better. They're actually getting worse. So Chelsea, entire Chelsea squad, Chelsea coach, Chelsea owner, Klopp for chatting a little bit too much, Spurs and Newcastle. Those are my bugs.
Infestation around Cameroon's bug center there. Junior is on the phone. Junior, what go on, family? How you doing?
Boy, I'm good now. Hopefully you can hear me loud and clear. I'm driving through the bush, trying to get back in time.
Yes, we can hear you loud and clear. Hopefully all is well. We know so things have turned around for Manchester United. Come on, I think we got a message here directly for Come On Junior. I know so you probably want to chime in, but we want to make sure so we deliver the messages. Someone, I think it's BM, who's saying, is it time for Whisper at Chelsea?
BM, all you just come take me for idiot today. Let us cut out the foolishness. Where in Chelsea would you drop Whisper now for Whisper to prosper? Now set up the young man. We are setting up this young man. This young man, he has no experience on the big stage. He's not at the level now that you would drop him in here now to lead the front line. We need a game changer. We need someone who can really do damage. I don't think Whisper is the answer at this moment. And I think dropping Whisper in a Chelsea squad that will pick up 4 and 5, it's not going to do anything for the young man's confidence. So I would say this season is a wash. Let him get more exposure, more playing time under his belt, more experience in England or France or wherever him there, and then we can discuss next year. But I don't think Whisper is the answer right now for a buggy, worthless side like Chelsea.
Oh, and he did point out that he's just trolling. He says it's all love. You know?
Listen, you could have told me that before you make me start a quarrel, but you like hear me argue.
Junior, ballers and bugs for your family. Are you still?
My ballers have to go to Garnacho, number one. I also have to go to Luton because what Luton did, winning 4-0 first and then coming back and drawing in that game with Newcastle, the 4-4 game. So it's not a fluke. Questions need to be asked at Newcastle as well, but my hats off to Luton. Those are my two ballers. Bugs, whoever is behind this Jude Bellingham, Mason Greenwood, did he or did he not say rapist saga? Them get my bug. Right? That's my first bug. My second bug, navigate to my coach, Pochettino. Pochettino, you were brought in to do a job, and you're not doing the job. And Chelsea has actually gotten worse. I actually feel sorry for Chelsea. And we'll talk about that, but you definitely get my bug as well.
The ball I forgot to highlight. Big up to the Man United crew. Big up Crime Minister. Crime Minister earlier said that he ran in early and said his ball of the week is Kobe. What name? Miano. Kobe.
Kobe Manu. No matter what the name. His name is Kobe Manu.
Okay.
Fix up the man name, man.
Okay, Kobe Manu. Excellent week. Score the goal. Put a rotted salad pan a youth over Wolves there. Jaja right before scoring that goal. So Kobe Manu gets a baller from Prime Minister. Boy, some people only give them one player's ball of the week, but that's how I go. I digress. Ballers and bugs segment, whoever you have, send them on. Bugs for me. Before we get to our football roundup. There seems to be a culture, something are going out the road right now where referees are constantly under attack. And I mean, it I get to a point, where it's gone too far. It's out. Malayan players, the players that shove the referee and chuck off the referee after the conclusion of the AFCON quarterfinal game with Cote d'Ivoire, gets a bug of the week. you can disagree with the referees all you want, or the referee all you want, but this thing where referees are constantly under attack and leading to some sort of physicality thing, it not worth it. And we abandon that, and they should get a bug of the week. Clubs are not helping. There are certain clubs that are not helping with protecting and improving the refereeing in leagues across the globe. Real Madrid gets a bug of the week for what they're doing with the entire situation with referee in La Liga. Real Madrid has decided to record referees, chop up their pre and post game videos of each matches they do, and then post that online. Pretty much get a time capsule of all the referees that are reffing their game errors and post it right before the games come up. That's a bug move. Real Madrid should do better than that. And ultimately, you're trying to influence the referee to make decisions that are beneficial to you. Barcelona president came out and castigated or criticized Real Madrid for doing this, for producing these videos of referees' errors before games. Barcelona get the bug of the week also for you don't have any space to talk right there, so after you have alleged paying off referees for giving you assigning beneficial ref for your game. Of course, Barcelona is under investigation in La Liga for trying to get or gotten beneficial refereeing over the years. So we have to protect the referees. The players have to protect the referees. Don't get into this whole physicality thing. You get a bug of the week. The Malian players, Real Madrid, the Malian players who attacked the referee at the conclusion of the game. Real Madrid, for these videos that they regularly produce of referee errors right before their games is crazy. That the Real Madrid get a bug of the week, and Barcelona just get a bug of the week because it's Barcelona. Football roundup. Let's get to our big game in the English Premier League family. I would say Chelsea, but let's just get to Arsenal versus Liverpool. First and foremost, before we get to that game, any other result you want to highlight, family, before we get to that game? Any other ballers and bugs you want to highlight before we get to the game?
I want to give one real quick. And my baller, and this is not playing favoritism or anything, but navigate to you, Benton. And the job you're doing with the AFCON roundup. And people, if you don't know what I'm talking about, check out the platform right now. We have a review of the quarterfinals and getting it ready for the semifinals. And I think, Benton, you do a better job than the people in Van Being. And I don't care if they want to get angry about it, but what we are seeing in the AFCON is we've seen a good tournament with poor representation worldwide. So big you up and give a ball of the week for the great preview and the review, quarter-final review and the semi-final preview. Because people like me can't watch AFCON because I don't have beer. Not the ESPN. Light a fire upon them too.
All right, thank you. It's all a collective effort. There's a whole heap of production going at the background, so it's a team effort. All right, let's get, but big up to the entire team for producing those videos. Chelsea, I want to go to Chelsea real quickly. But Arsenal defeated Liverpool 3-1. Come on, take it away. The floor is yours. Your assessment of this football game, highs and lows, and big takeaway for you.
To be honest, I thought it was going to be a draw game. And let us be fair, Arsenal was the better team, but they didn't play Liverpool off the park. I think the goals that were scored by Arsenal, they were comical goals. They were arrogant. Even the one goal where Liverpool scored, it was an own goal. So the game was a back and forth affair, which was good. I think Saka got injured. I said it already. Kai Havertz needs some lamp oil, but an Arsenal fan called me and let me know, say Kai Havertz is actually strong. The man them call him donkey because him strong. But I was telling him, say, no, I'm have a pet donkey. That's why I'm call him donkey. But he must say, no, Kai Havertz is strong and I need no lamp oil. But I think he goes down a bit too easily, I guess, to draw the foul. For me, Virgin van Dijk didn't have a good game today. I think you were joking about them not, him and Alisson not speaking the same language because the goal that was scored came from a mix-up, and it actually was an error. I think he was waiting on Alisson to come for it, and when Alisson came, it was out of the box. Alisson couldn't use his hands, and he missed the ball. So that's where the goal came from. The same thing, I said Konate need to come off of the pitch before he even got his yellow card because he was just out of it. As a matter of fact, when I realized that him not fast, he is slow-ish, right? So because he's slowish, he has to make up with those rash challenges, and that puts the back line in trouble. So Liverpool, they were not at their best today, but they weren't poor. Wasn't a poor game from them. Was really exciting, end-to-end stuff. It's just one of those things. Someone lost today, and I think Arsenal, by a little bit, deserve to get the 3 points.
Junior, Mikel Arteta said, quote, at the moment, Liverpool are probably the best team in Europe. We have come so far, and now it is about doing it consistently. It gives us momentum, and we are back on it. We're really excited. End quote. Did you see enough from this game to indicate that Arsenal is back on it? I mean, they really have a poor record against Liverpool heading into this game. They also have a very bad record against teams at the top of the who led the table in encounters. I think it was like 7-0 in favor of the team leading the table when they play Arsenal.
You know, I don't like that comment from Arteta. Liverpool is not the best team in Europe. They're not playing like the best team in Europe. They were going through it as a purple patch, but that comment to me sounded more like a coach looking for validation, still looking for validation, and that is my knock on Arteta. I would more expect to hear, these are two of the best teams in England, and we came out on top on the day. Fine. Next question. Like, it should be an expectation. You're playing at home, and Liverpool doesn't have their best player. It should be, and I'm not talking about Darwin Núñez never starting. He's not their best player that I'm referring to. So, Liverpool fans, calm down. But that comment to me is the reason why Arsenal not going to win anything under Arteta until he changes that mindset. The winner of this game to me was Manchester City. Manchester City was already, I don't care about the ones, Liverpool was 5 points clear. You don't care about the points right now. Look at the games played. And yes, it's a what-if game, but Man City have 2 games in hand, I believe. So if Man City was to win 2 games, then they're still leading the league. So the team that is closest to them right now has fallen back even more. So to me, that's the biggest takeaway. Now, one more thing that this kind of go off with the conversation we had last week, Benta, the great conversation about Klopp and the timing of his resignation, right? This game, you cannot, I'm not going to say this is the reason why, but you cannot help but asking if Klopp wasn't resigning, would Virgil van Dijk still have that lapse in judgment or lapse in concentration? And I can point to certain points of the game where Liverpool just wasn't 100% locked in like they used to. And these are the questions that are going to come up now anytime Liverpool have a bad game or a falter. Maybe Klopp should have never announced that he was weak. And the players, they might not care. That's a legitimate question. It might not be right, but that is something now he has to face that he could have avoided. But all in all, big up to Arsenal. Them win the game. You get your 3 points, but Arteta, stop acting like you're still the victim. Dude, you have one of the best teams in England. Go there, go chase the title. And shut up about best team in Europe. You play them at home. Something nice.
Well, hold a second. So Mike, so flip the coin, Junior. You the thing say, because he is resigning or he's leaving, his team is supposed to show up and show out. They're supposed to want to give him a send-off and win the title for him. You're supposed to go out there and a fret. Klopp is not your father. I mean, like, why are you worrying about Klopp leaving? Go out there and play a game. I remember at one point them said VVD was the best defender in the entire world. So I just don't get it. Footballers are human beings, and he had a poor game today. And we just have to be honest with it and just leave it alone. And I need to point out as well that Liverpool had one shot on target today. We complain about Salah, not we. People out there complain, Liverpool fans complain about Salah selfishness and Salah this and Salah that. Liverpool missing Salah. I know even with Salah on the pitch, we're not going to have one shot on target, 7 shots off target. We're not going to have those things. So I do believe that Liverpool should go out there and give 100% for their coach. It's a send-off. That's the first thing on their mind. And second of all, then just need to forget this game, cross it off the list, and just move forward.
Jurgen Klopp pretty much sums it up, and I think he agreed with the comment that you guys made earlier regarding how they look. He says, in quote, in general, it wasn't our day. We can admit that an Arsenal deserved to win. Could we have played better? Yes. Will we have to play better? Definitely, but we'll keep going. Is a quote from Jurgen Klopp. So Virgil van Dijk also took it upon himself to really kind of admit some level of responsibilities in responsibility in the game. He said that he will do better, he will come back better, which was a bit surprising for me. I mean, I think he's normally a very reliable defender, and I do expect that. I mean, human beings will make errors. To hear him to really come out and say this far, I'll go back to work and go down so detail in it. I thought it was a little. You think it was a bit overkill? Come on, Junior, for him to come out and say these things. I mean, you make an error, so you go.
Yes, because it's not his fault.
Okay, so he was protecting Alisson. I mean,
if we're going to post blame, you more put it on the goalkeeper.
Yeah, man, Alisson.
But the ball did end up in a kind of a no man's land. It ended up in that sweet spot where it is definitely a 50-50 between the keeper and the defender, right? Yeah. But the goalkeeper, you are seeing everything in front of you. Virgil is focusing on the ball. So Virgil is now dependent on what he's hearing. Alisson has to, that is why you hear, that's why from prep school days, from U9 or whatever the smallest grouping is, they always tell you, shout. The goalkeeper one of the goalkeeper responsibilities is you have to shout, communicate, ball out of your life. What Alisson do out of the 18? So if you have to post play, and I think Virgil right there is just falling on the sword for his keeper. In the back of Virgil's mind, he's probably said, I should have never ever listened to this game. I should have kicked on the ball. But he must have fallen on the sword.
Yeah, all right. And I agree with that. I think both parties should get blamed, because I don't know what Cameron think. I personally think that as a defender, especially one who's supposed to be the kind of physical presence round our back, you can't make no man go around you, especially no boy who are run like train.
What you call me name for? Well, come on though.
No, maybe come on and chime in on this thing. I personally don't think that.
You just say come on a while ago, but anyway, I must say.
Because come on, would that she laugh Martinelli and make them?
First of all, I'm not she laugh no, but first of all, listen. when I am out there and Junior, you're right. So you usually at U8, when I am out there and I'm refereeing and I see the U8 them and whatever, and the goalie and defender have issues, I said to the defender, you must talk to the goalkeeper. And I said, goalie, you need to shout mine, or keep, or leave it, right? And it usually works. U8 listen. All Virgil have to do was kick the ball to Allison, make Allison boot it up the pitch, out of your life. It's two defensive players and goalkeeper error we saw in the game today, and it was a little bit comical. So, me no know. I am not for players to come out and say I had a bad day. Is whatever. We all saw it, and as we said already, they're human beings. You're not going to be perfect all the time. So we know you're a good defender, and it happens. Brush it off. You don't lose the league.
Just playing devil's advocate before we move on to other games in the EPL and other football stories this week and weekend. Ibrahim Konate got a red card, a second yellow. And ultimately, he's doing a lot of running in the system. Back in the day, prior to the major injury from Virgil was able to do all that running. It doesn't seem as mobile as he was a few years ago. Is it a problem for Konate to do all this running and cover all these runners because of Virgil's lack of ability to do it like back in the day? Come on.
Look here, Konate is slow. Him slow. Because every time I see him run, everybody run past him. He's very slow.
Yeah.
Benton, we talk about injuries already. I can't remember a player who had a major injury and came back and them at 100%, or them back to them old self. So he's a little bit slower. Yes, he might get a little bit older, but them have to find pairings we can keep the back line together. All you have to do is push the ball past him and run, and you beat him. Very slow. And I say when you have a slow defender, they're going to do everything else except run and catch the player for break up that play. And that's what we see with Konate. I called him wild. My husband, who's a Liverpool fan, called him effective. And I don't know how effective a defender can be if they're not fast enough to catch up with the player. So what am I going to do? Am I going to tug a shirt? Am I going to hug a player? Am I going to slide tackle? Am I going to clip the heel? And these are the things that we see that's going to get him a yellow card and ultimately a second yellow card.
I think I agree with your husband. You
know? Effective?
Yeah, big up LD. I think I agree with LD on this. I mean, because, again, for me, with Konate have to do so much work to cover Trent Arnold, who gone, and that's the choice the Liverpool have to live with because he gives them something going forward. And you have a slow brother beside you who is nowhere near what he once was. So Konate is slow, yes, but he's the best of the lot. And Joe Gomez a bug. So I mean, so to me, he has to constantly, and especially against Arsenal with those fast wingers, you know, especially a Gabriel Martinelli. So he's constantly in a foot race to try to get over and protect. And
so do you think
sometimes
that Liverpool
you just have to grab some shirt, that jersey, and keep it moving?
Yeah, man, and take a yellow and then a second yellow. So do you think Liverpool should dip into the market in the summer window to shore up their backline? Do you think Virgil van Dijk is going to be there because they're saying that he has not committed to seeing out his contract?
Yeah, I think whosoever is the new manager, they have to kind of retool that defensive force. They cannot play the system with this brother, especially another year. He's nowhere near. The Virgil that we used to watch a few years ago was a player he wasn't fast like lightning, but he was strategic in his run and he can always cut these players off. Now, the Virgil that we have, because of that injury, I mean, he's not close to that. He's still reading the game, but he's not able to catch up with it. And I think Liverpool will have to make some commitment in the summer to get, unless they have somebody young coming behind him who they think can cover him. Junior, you want to chime in on the Virgil and Konate and the scenario with Liverpool defensive?
I think it's unfortunate. I agree actually agree with what both you guys are saying, even though you guys were some kind of contrast. But um, I will even say that could be part of the reason why Klopp leaving. Time have to go rebuild this defense. And
Yeah,
Klopp remembered what Liverpool was like before Virgil. And
yeah,
now we're going to do this all over again. Why? We're tired. So I mean, I think the key question though is who the next coach is going to be. Because you have two type of defenders out there right now.
yeah,
You have a ball playing defender and you have a tenacious defender. And we hear about Delete at Bayern that is unsettled. So we'll see.
yeah.
When I see Potter in a stand, man, I see Potter in the stands, you know.
What I do?
Apply for the job.
Man, yeah, that man go on a Crystal Palace, Bridget. But we'll watch the space, family, and see how it go. But yeah, Liverpool manager Jurgen Klopp, this might be a reason why he's tired and decide to go road. Other EPL results this weekend. Bournemouth, Nottingham Forest 1-1. Wolves drop a 4-piece meal on a team. Mauricio Pochettino said, to paraphrase, this is not good. He apologized to the Chelsea fans. Come on, as a Chelsea fan, do you accept the apology, family?
Benton, I bet him never say nothing. I bet him just go on, pack up him little thing and go on home. Bet him never say anything. Because what is he saying? You are the coach. You pick the starting 11. You put on the subs them. You go there. You tell him what to do. The tactics. I just don't get it. What are you saying? It is unfair. Let me say this. As a coach, it is unfair because the coach is the first person to lose them job, right? The person that we blame. But you can't teach rubbish. Like Casado. Oh, Casado cost what? 100 million? How much Casado cost we? Like, what is this? He was so poor today. I can't tell the last time that young man had a very good game. Jackson and the goalkeeper alone, Jackson looking at the goalkeeper, white in his eyes, and still miss the clear-cut header. What we must do with Jackson now? You know, better we stay down at AFCON. Yeah, I'm tell you something, man. Chelsea is just and the commentator. Normally, I don't listen to the commentator, but today he was spot on. He says, "I don't agree with how Chelsea does business. I agree. I think Chelsea likes the new shiny objects out there. We have $1 billion worth of players on the pitch. I have Wolves, where the people themselves must say 234 million was the starting 11. And come out there and could have run your ragged. It is not about the cost of the player. You have to find quality. They have to go out there and find a gem. You can't tell me, say, Casado money couldn't go down to Brazil and find 3 good Brazilians and you bring them come. Then Chelsea's season is a wash. Let us not try to get relegated, but try and see if we can merge some of the homegrown players, some of the youth players in the system and build it. We don't, if the Chelsea have no more money to spend on players, although me hear them say they're going out there and buy, who not gonna buy? And do what? Where are they going to play? Which part them are going to sit down? There's no more space on the bench. The igloo is full. And I know the English Premier League will not allow them to sit on the grass. So what Chelsea is actually going to do? I know now there are some of the players that we have on the pitch that you cannot even sell to Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace don't want them. There probably be couple players that a Sheffield may take to go back down to Championship, but we can't recoup the money. I am disappointed with Chelsea. You better put us in nothing. Just take the little losses and just pack up him jing bang, say no comment and go home.
Junior, your thoughts on Chelsea, family, and the Pochettino statement. And Junior, he was dropped, so he's joining back.
Yeah,
again.
I'm joining back on video right now too.
Okay,
yeah.
You're joining back on video. Let's see. Okay, go ahead, Junior. Get yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, Junior, we can hear you. Turn up your microphone a little bit, and you're a big proponent of, you're a big supporter of the appointment of Mauricio Pochettino. Today he said that he wants to apologize for Chelsea. I think I saw a clip a while ago, or image that Thiago Silva's wife is calling for. I don't know if this is true. Maybe you can verify it for me. Thiago Silva's wife is calling for Pochettino sacking.
That's not what she said. That's
did
not
she
what
say?
she said. She said that it's time for a change. Don't wait until it's too late. She never called her name.
Okay, what kind of
can-
change? What kind of change?
It can be players. I mean, it can be players. She never called her name. So
All right,
I don't know.
my apologies. My
But you
apologies for not
you just
accurately reporting what Thiago Silva's wife posted.
you
Thank
just
you,
you
Cameron.
just you just see her come up about the gas her and light her. She lucky. Anyway, let me tell you something.
Those are the views of Junior, not Gas and
But
Light.
those are the views of everybody listening right now. You sit down with your husband for how many years and how many coaches you gone through. This is your third coach, and you want to come call about fire coach. But shut up about here, man. Tell you what, be like us and sit down and be fans of the game and ball when your side lose and rave when your side win. But don't come out and talk about coaches, please. When your husband can do something about it. All right? That's all I'm saying. But I was a Pochettino fan. I still am. I miscorrectly predicted that Chelsea was going to finish in the top two this year because of their talent, the talent pool. I didn't bank on the players giving up. And there has to be a study done with modern footballers because it makes no sense that we sit down and look at a team. And Cameron might beg to differ, but in my opinion, that Chelsea squad is a very strong squad. They just lack direction. And I think that's the problem. And I don't think any coach can come in and fix it. You have to blow it up and start all over. And pretty much have a tryout. And maybe that's what Pochettino need. I think Pochettino came in and tried to say, be a kumbaya coach and say, hey guys, I'm here to make things right and make things better. It's not your fault. It was the last coach's fault, but let's make it right, right? If I was Pochettino right now, I look at all the players and say, look, everybody on the squad will come practice Tuesday, because then probably have tomorrow off. Come practice Tuesday. We're having an open tryout. If you want to play for the rest of it, you have to try out again to make the team. And then after that, we have an open tryout during the summer. And if you don't want to be here, leave. And I think Chelsea problem will think if some of these players sit down and have a heart-to-heart conversation, do you want to play for Chelsea? Probably 50% of them going to say no. If you look at them and say, take away the money, would you still play for Chelsea? I bet some of them will say no. That's the problem with Chelsea. It's not a player, it's not an X's and O's. It is not a formation, it's not a coaching thing. These players don't like playing football with each other. It's that simple.
Just to make sure we get everything right, because we're about accuracy here. And thank you, come on. First and foremost, I want to highlight the comments from Pochettino. He says, quote, "We're disappointed, but we need to fight all together. I want to apologize to the fans. It was a tough afternoon for everyone, for the players, for us, for the fans. We made some mistakes, but you can't afford to do that in the Premier League. Very disappointed," end quote. And Bella Silva posted, quote, it's time to change. If you wait any longer, it will be too late, end quote. I don't know. I don't know. I don't rate Pochettino as a manager. I don't think he's a good manager. I think he's a mid-level manager, and I've watched him at Espanyol, Southampton with his brief tenure, and also at Spurs. But I didn't expect it to be this bad at Chelsea. And what I mean by this is that you don't see an identity in terms of, you don't see a collective effort Organization-wise, they are lost and they have a soft underbelly. Soft like baby. So, I don't know. I don't know how to fix the problem. You can bring in, I think some have said to bring back Jose Mourinho. I don't even know if that's a solution. Because at the end of the day, you still have these players that you still have to work with. Regarding the commentators' comment, come on, I heard one of the analysts said something about players that came through the Chelsea system and etc. Are essentially trying to encourage them to sign or keep the players that they produce. I don't agree with that. It was this notion that the players that come through their ranks was gonna be committed to the cause and fight for the badge and rare. But we saw players who came through the ranks who didn't fight for the badge. I mean, we saw Mason Greenwood, Mason Mount when he was there didn't really do a whole heap of things. So the club in a bad state of fear. And they're on an investigation for profitability and sustainability rules violation. So we'll see how this goes. So ultimately, they may have to move on a Conor Gallagher and players that they develop to make sure that, because that will add to their profit margin a little bit better as opposed to one of these players that they transfer in. Any other results from this weekend we want to highlight, family, before we look at the table? Brighton defeated Crystal Palace 4-1. Newcastle 4-4 with Luton. Aston Villa, Baton Rouge, Sheffield United.
I have one.
Go ahead, Junior.
And you were very prophetic with what you said earlier in the year. We had a game. There was a game. I think it was a cup game that West Ham was playing in, and you said, should Moyes have started Paqueta? Right? And that was a very prophetic statement because West Ham has not been the same since that game. And to me, the Man U game today is more about West Ham losing their real baller. Not Declan Rice. West Ham was surviving without Declan Rice. But it shows how much Paqueta means to that team, and they are a shadow of themselves. It's very unfortunate, and it goes to show how fickle some of these teams are. They just don't look the same.
Yeah, man, Lucas Paqueta is a huge asset to whatever they're doing in that team. And then I guess the important thing with West Ham right now is we see what will happen with Calvin Phillips. Will he actually get minutes? I think he's what? Is it a loan deal or a permanent transfer?
Loan. I think it's loan.
Loan, okay. All right, EPL standing. Before we move on, Man City will round out the round against Brentford. Liverpool sits on top, and we don't a bottom. We have the usual. Most notably, Wolves jumped over Chelsea now with this victory. Sheffield United on the bottom, and Everton in the relegation zone, but still fighting immensely to try to regain or claw back a few of those 10 points deducted. Any thoughts on the EPL table, family?
I just want to know when Newcastle are going to right the ship. Isaac injured. I know we talked about Isaac being a very good player, but the injuries, man, is like a glass man. I'm interested to see how Giorena affects his team. That's my little thing that is going to be interesting to see. But I just don't understand Newcastle. Newcastle start out hot, and then all of a sudden, but not to take anything away from Luton, because I think Luton is the Cinderella team this season. Luton just working. But Newcastle started out so brightly, and now it's like they're in a spot of trouble. And they also spent a lot of money.
And to piggyback on that statement, though, come on, with Newcastle, when you talk about possible landing destinations for Jose Mourinho, Newcastle is ripe and ready for Jose Mourinho. And I like Eddie Howe, but I think Eddie Howe has run his course where he can bring Newcastle to so far, but cannot bring them over whatever proverbial hump is sitting in front of them. They need a Jose Mourinho type. They need a coach that is not frightened for the top 4, top 3, and is not frightened for certain players. Because I think Eddie Howe is frightened over Trippier. I think Trippier legacy is keeping him afloat at Newcastle. So they need, and I think they need a Jose. And the more this slippage happen, is the quicker Jose Mourinho will be becoming a Newcastle coach.
But Junior Trippier not score, man. So what you gonna tell him, say?
No, come that exactly. That's what I'm saying. Him frightened over Trippier. If Jose was playing there, yeah, Trippier scored, thank you, but we gave up 4 goals, and you are one of the defenders. I'm sorry.
Let me ask you this: is it? Can you give Eddie Howe a pass because of the lack of healthy run of their main striker in Isaac?
With all the money spent,
I thank you, Junior. Like what? like what? When you spend money, you have to say you only look for your starting 11. You don't strengthen your bench. You don't strengthen the people who behind your bench. Where in the sit down. You're supposed. Remember, I think last year, or the year before, we joked that Manchester City bench have its own bench. Mm-hmm. You spend almost $1 billion, and you are telling me that if your 11 breakdown, your bench players can't pick up the slack. No, man. But I don't think they're going to fire Eddie this year. I think they're going to be content with trying to go Champions League, Europa. Yeah, but I don't think that they're really going to focus on the title. But I don't think they're going to fire Eddie. Yes, we complain about the results, but he isn't the worst coach in Premier League. So I don't think they're going to fire him.
Yeah, but Cambodia said that they're going to be focused on Europa and Champions League. Right? They're not even going to play the Conference League at this rate. So
they're on 33 points. They're 9th. We have until May. I don't think they're in. I don't think that they're that bad. Once their players, for them spend how much money healthy and come back, I think they're going to push. Because some of the team them were below them really not gonna pass them. I won't worry about a Chelsea. I won't worry about Bournemouth. I won't worry about a Crystal Palace. Brentford, a kind of maybe. Nottingham. I wouldn't worry. I think that Newcastle just need to put in the work, and I think they'll be okay.
So you expect an Aston Villa or a Tottenham to come back to Newcastle?
Yeah, man, I think Aston Villa go buck them too at some point. Okay. I think they're going to buck them too. Tottenham might chug along. Our boys soon come back because South Korea soon get knocked out. They might win it. Yeah. But I do think Newcastle will be okay. I just think they're going to need Brighton and West Ham food. Okay. And if Manchester United not careful, Junior, them need their food too.
No, Man U dead. Man U done. Martinez out. And his injury looked bad. So it's fool's goal the last 2 games. Man U will be back to them old self.
Okay. Gio Reyna, come on. He made his debut on Junior. How did he look in this Forest game? There's a lot of fanfare about Gio finally getting a chance to play some football now.
Gio Reyna look like one of them newborn chicken where the mother take him out of the nest and put him on the ground and him just start walk. When people see Gio Reyna playing now at Nottingham Forest, them forgive Berhalter a pass. Let us see if he can remain healthy. There's something wrong with this young man. He gets injured more than how he plays. And I don't think the rigors of the Premier League is going to help him anyway. So, make we see. The game was what it was today. Let us see when they play against a really good team, how he fares.
All right. Big up Sean. Sean said it's time to start looking at the manager at Newcastle. No. Look at Sean ready to get rid of Eddie Howe. All right, continuing our football roundup. Before we leave Europe and go across the continent to Africa and look at the AFCON competition. A big game upcoming this weekend, and I want to get your thoughts on it. Normally we don't do this, but with the season that Bayer Leverkusen has been having, it's hard not to. Bayer Leverkusen remain the only undefeated team in all across the top 5 in Europe, if I'm not mistaken, and so they still lead the Bundesliga. They will play Bayern Munich this weekend, Saturday at 12:30 p.m. Quick readout for this football game, and is this where the Xabi Alonso Dolly House mashup?
A draw game this.
52 points, Bayer Leverkusen leading, and leading Bayern Munich by 2 points. Junior, your thoughts on this football game upcoming?
Come on, say drag. You say draw game, come on.
Yep.
I think this is a game that all potential Xavi Alonso suitors should be watching. And this is a game you judge him off of. It's a big game. It's a big game.
It's at Bayern Arena, so huge game for Tuchel.
I think it's a bigger game for Alonso, though, to be honest, because Alonso is trying to validate the hype that he's getting right now, right? I think all suitors will be watching this game to see how Leverkusen approach the game, because it's one thing we know, as much as Tuchel is trying to mash up Bayern Munich, I think Tuchel is really a Trojan horse. But as much as he's trying to mash up Bayern Munich, if Leverkusen come out and thinks that them going to play high, press high, Bayern going to run them off the field. And I come on and say it's a draw game. I can literally see Bayern wiping the floor with Leverkusen. I can see that possibly happening because Bayern is built that way. But if Alonso, and again, it might not be a fair statement, but if Alonso is the coach that we think he is, or the coach that he's portraying to be, he wins this game easily. Easily win this game.
I mean, going to Bayern Arena is a tough one. I expect, a point will be enough for them.
It's not all time. It's not all time.
Well,
Tuchel is I'm telling you, Tuchel, if you watch Bayern Munich play, they literally are trying to beat themselves in the games. They literally try to beat themselves. It is one of the, when I watch them, I'm like, what the hell am I watching? Some ways is Sane get dropped for last year. Sane is being old-time Sane. Alphonso Davies when he plays being old-time Alphonso. The only person that look motivated is Harry Kane, because he hasn't won a trophy and want to try win a trophy. It's like Tuchel are trying to say, yeah, you're not win a trophy here, so brother. So I come on and say that draw game. I think Bayern Leverkusen should go there and shot the world.
All right, see there. All right, looking at AFCON results, quarterfinal results, and your thoughts on the tournament semifinal games upcoming this week, Wednesday. First of all, family, your thoughts on the quarterfinals. Of course, the Super Eagles of Nigeria defeated Angola 1-0. Congo, Democratic Republic of Congo defeated Guinea. Mali dropped the soap against Cote d'Ivoire. And South African Ronwen Williams. A 2 penalties alone, South Africa score out of them a lot and they're through. But your thoughts on the quarterfinals results and the upcoming semifinals on Wednesday, family?
It was heartbreak for me with Mali. The hard-fought game against Ivory Coast. And more Ivory Coast over man for Chelsea. Big man thing, because I don't know.
He's occupied.
I expect Nigeria to beat South Africa. And I expect Ivory Coast to beat Congo. I think the winner for me for AFCON will be Nigeria.
Junior, your thoughts on the quarterfinal results and the upcoming semifinals slated for Wednesday?
We said it last week. The road is paved and set for Nigeria, and I don't know. Based on your preview, you are siding with Congo, right? You that's say you want the Congo, but
Yeah, I would love to see Congo win, Democratic Republic of Congo win this thing. I would
Say
love
no,
to.
them definitely are gonna lose. Cause
them all lose.
Benton a cheer for them.
So
the
I
whole
didn't pick
world.
them, I picked Nigeria. So the idea is that I picked Nigeria to win, but with a small salt up, we are trying to send them with it.
But you know the whole world wants to see Ivory Coast versus Nigeria. Though. I mean that will break that game will break records. I think people will subscribe to BN just to watch that final if it's Ivory Coast versus Nigeria. So we'll
Yeah,
see.
that is
But
the bookmakers final. That would definitely be the turn up game, you know.
But do you guys think it's the four best teams left in the that not traditional, but the four best playing teams in the tournament? Do you
No,
think those are
no.
huh?
Cote d'Ivoire is not one of the best teams in our tournament. I don't know
No.
how they're still in this tournament. As Cameron said, she won dear Obiaman for Chelsea. I mean, the goal they scored yesterday with Adingra, and by the way, Marley probably should get a bug of the week too, because I don't know how you have one job. The 90th minute, one job, just lock the shop and just go home and then make the man score. From out of the 18-yard box, you know, it just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Come on, do you think these are still the four best team?
No. I request just them no. I don't think so. But hey, listen, I keep talking about it. Ball game is just so cruel. Ball game is just so different. And I say it already. From I see Chelsea win Champions League with that one corner. Anything in this world possible when it comes to football. So Mali really, really played well. Cape Verde really played well for me. But it is what it is. Somebody has to win and somebody has to lose.
And also, I have to ask you this: how is it that you fire your manager in the middle of the tournament, as in Ivory Coast, Gasset, and this, and now you end up a semi-final? This don't make no sense, man.
Want me to tell you about the Oberman one?
It does not make any sense.
It doesn't make any sense, or that's a good decision.
Well, it's working out, but most people now pull this starter plug and a manager. They wait till the tournament is over, and then you know.
Right.
Because I don't even think when they fire him, they really expect it to go on. Them just say, boy, we don't want to keep paying you, so we just let you go.
They should have waited because they got through as they were the best third place, one of the best.
Yes.
Third place. But look at it, you know, no? They fired him, but the Ivory Coast game has not improved. The game has not improved. It's just, I mean, football is luck and skill. And so far, Ivory Coast is riding their luck because the same way they play with this coach is the same way they play with the other coach. Not score really, not break down defenses. So I think they're lucky. But as I said, you know, sometimes you just need a little bit of luck.
I want to ask you, and before we move on, the run by South Africa in this tournament, a team made up largely of players from the South African League. A lot of us have said, boy, you can't really use domestic players from a domestic league like a Jamaican Premier League and other leagues, domestic leagues, and do well at this international tournament. But South Africa seems to be doing quite well here.
There's a fly in that ointment, though.
What is the
fly? Before we give the fly, it is good though, and this is one of the beauty of the AFCON is, you always hear people come out and say Africa has talent. Africa can build talent. Africa can this. So this run by the South Africans will strengthen that argument, right? But, however, the Mexican League is a big league relatively in the world, right? We can agree to that, right?
Yeah, it's a good league, yeah.
And the argument I would give you why the Mexican League is such a good league is because they hosted a World Cup. South Africa did host a World Cup. So what we are seeing right now is probably the fruits are being beer from that 4-year period that you prepare to host the World Cup. You have to build the infrastructure. You have to do all of these things to get ready to host the World Cup. Your league will benefit from it. And that's one of the that's always been one of the selling points for countries hosting World Cups. That's why the MLS was spawned based off the '94 World Cup. Basically, the MLS went through 2 or 3 iterations after that, but it came off the '94 World Cup. So yes, it's good that South Africa have a team full of local players, but it also shows the benefit to building infrastructure in your local Jamaica. It shows the benefit of building infrastructure.
Yeah, very good point. Come on, thoughts on this local? Very good point, Junior. Thoughts on this very, very good run with local base players. In fact, I think 8 of them play for one club.
And I was just going to say that, and that chemistry is what helps them as well, because when we get our camps, when we go for any tournament and Jamaica throw the players them together, you realize that we always talk about the chemistry. There's no chemistry. So with this South African team, there's no issue with that because they know each other well. They know, they know they're friendly. They probably like each other. They know what everyone is going to do. It's like when Barcelona play, them know exactly where Messi gonna put the ball before it go. Same thing with South Africa, which is really good. Junior is very correct when he talks about the infrastructure. A young footballer went to Africa the other day and he told me, he said, the fields are good. He says, what we see on TV with the unpaved roads and whatever, don't make it fool you. He said, the stadiums are nice, the fields are nice, the quality of football is actually good because what they play in the African Champions League. So, the prize money is good and they get paid well. So, you're seeing the fruits of the administration's labor. I don't know. We never call it JFF because they don't have any concept at all what it means to put a good running thing together. So that's what we're seeing. We're just seeing the chemistry with these players.
Yeah, man. Big up. And like you said, your baller, Ronwen Williams, excellent in goal. And he's the captain of the team too, right? So, I mean, you see the man that do the Jerusalem slide or whatever they want to call it. That big show after the game. One thing with AFCON is a lot of dancing, a lot of vibes. The man them celebration next level. And of course, beautiful empresses in that stand. So, we love the tournament. Love the tournament.
Hey, look here. Cape Verde woman and pretty. Merciful friend of our World Cup down there.
If I speak,
Yeah.
You will be in trouble.
Yeah. I will say it for you, Benton. Yes. Hey, don't be a tourist board. Come to Cape Verde, right? That's all.
I think all of it is support Cape Verde. So,
the Brazil of Africa.
Yes, exactly. All right, before we go to yard ballers and get some thoughts on Jamaican football, come on, your baller over in the Asian Cup, Mr. Yeon Min Son, look like them in a chance. They're in the semi-final against Jordan. They might win this thing. Last time South Korea won this trophy was 1960 something. They've won it twice.
Yo, when we talk about Ivory Coast, man, we talk about South Korea lucky 2 games back to back, stoppage time winners, and go on to win it. Yes, I am the president of his fan club. The big surprise for me was actually Iran beating Japan. That really was surprising because I had Japan as one of the favorites. I do expect South Korea to beat Jordan, and I do expect Qatar to beat Iran. And the winner for me, I think, would be South Korea. So, Benton, please to pick somebody else.
I pick Iran then.
Okay.
Jürgen Klinsmann, the coach of South Korea, and big up to the entire South Korean family. I know the South Korean media and those in the South Korean press corps, some of them now light a fire, serious fire against Jurgen Klinsmann. Jurgen Klinsmann said with these late comebacks, it's probably best if them team just start 1-0 down every game. And just because that's been the story of this tournament. Junior, your thoughts on Asian Cup and what are going on with South Korea and Iran?
It's just a South Korea. There's a Song Ming Song swang song, if you want to call it, to get a major international trophy. I mean, it's just like Nigeria is tailor made for South Korea. And like I'm one of them lucky, but
And I think, somebody can correct me if I'm wrong. If South Korean players win this tournament, because there's a requirement that you have to do a time in an army in South Korea. If you win the tournament, then you get a pass. If you haven't already done your time. So I know some South Korean players who have not completed the tour in an army would probably gladly try to just win this tournament to get rid of that requirement, But is it possible that Jordan can win this thing? Come on.
The ball round, may I tell you, man, anything possible. You must say Japan, how on earth Iran beat them? So anything is possible. Japan, they were the clear favorites, but yet they got their little bus up. So anything can happen. All it takes is one penalty. All it takes is a fool Asian Konate if get a red card, and then that's it. So I just think they'll be lucky to win, but you never know. Can we put a pot on it? They're the clear favorites though.
Yeah. Semi-final games for Asian Cup. Tuesday 10 a.m. Jordan versus South Korea. Wednesday 10 a.m. Iran versus Qatar. I think Qatar is defending champion.
And Qatar just quietly, coming off the World Cup was just quietly just moving through this tournament.
It's called being rich, Junior.
Well, they should be seen as probably the favorite, but
yeah, and they are the defending champ, right?
Right.
Yeah. All right, before we take a look at football, Jamaican football report, and if anything are going on over there. So, World Cup 2026 World Cup announcement, big stories that laid out. FIFA did a whole little shebang regarding the World Cup for 2026. The opening game is set for El Azteca on June 11, 2026. Final set for New York, New Jersey. What is that? American Football Stadium, the Giants Stadium as well. Real grass or turf that?
Grass. It's only Atlanta have turf.
Don't worry. We're flying in some grass as we speak.
Bermuda grass.
All right. Atlanta will get 8 games. I think that the Cowgirls, aka Cowboys Stadium in Dallas, got somewhere in the vicinity of 9 games in most of the stadiums. But overall, 48 teams. This is kind of the trend now. The clock start ticking now, family, for 2026.
Yep. It definitely does. And all the federations need to get their acts in order as you try to qualify for this momentous World Cup.
Well, Jamaica, you had your word, fan.
As we transition into yard ballers, yes, sir.
Of course, come on, you weren't here. I don't know if you saw the Jamaica draw for the World Cup qualifiers for 2026. BM says, I am surprised they didn't choose DC for the final.
Please, nobody at DC watch football. Not a soul down here watch football. Because the stadium too small. Or the stadium too little bit.
Yeah, we don't go to DC. We don't support certain people.
Excuse me, we have grass.
But come on, you saw the draw for the Jamaica World Cup qualifier games coming up in kicking off in June. Did you have anything to say regarding that schedule?
No, I don't know why them always decide so them want to play a game in the middle of the week. Like people work. So Mr. Jamaicans, I mean, yes, you say if you're a fan of football, you will go anywhere, go watch the whatever. But people have to work. I think the first game is on a Wednesday or a Tuesday in the Tuesday in the week.
Okay, we have to go. I don't know the exact day of the week, so we have to go figure out that. But overall, you do expect Jamaica to be one of the top two in the group, right?
Listen to me. Any we don't make it. Any we don't make it. I eat that. Scrap the program. Invest all the money in the girls them. As a matter of fact, no. Put the money in a one new sport. Hockey. We see we play hockey. We see them play lacrosse. If we can't make this World Cup, scrap the program.
I don't know if you can invest in the girls program. There's no program to invest.
You know what? You're laughing, but we soon burn a little fire. Go on.
Reminding listeners for the route for CONCACAF teams for the 2026 World Cup. 3 direct qualifiers as hosts. Of course, 3 qualifiers as hosts. US, Canada, and Mexico. Then you have 3 automatic berths. And then you have the 2 intercontinental spots. So we have a potential for 8 places come on. So gas up the Penton, we kind of do road now. 2026. Tournament running from June 11th to July 19th. BM says, come on, the girls program dead. Unfortunately. Okay, yard ballers time. We'll go over there. So come on, you have any yard ballers report? Come on.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. All right, so so then no, as Bailey and Aston Villa, they ran riot against Sheffield. He's on 13 combined goals and assists in the Premier League this season. Reggae girl Sade Adamalukun scored a hat-trick today to help Hearts FC advance in the Scottish Women's Cup. Reggae girl Paige Bailey Gale scored a brace today on her Newcastle debut. Reggae girl Jade Bailey has signed a new contract with London City Lionesses in England. She has been out for a minute because she had a very bad injury, so it's good for her to come back. Lime Hall and Treasure Beach are fighting relegation. I mean, like battle thump it out. Scores for today in the Jamaica Premier League were Lime Hall beat Treasure Beach 1-0. Portmore Dumbleholding tied 1-1. Montego Bay FC beat Vere 2-0. Mount Pleasant tied with Mullines 1-1. And Cavalier beat Waterhouse 1-0. So for the standings, Cavalier, they're on top with 37 points, followed with Mount Pleasant 36, Portmore 35, Arnett Gardens 33, Tivoli 31, Waterhouse 23, Dumbleholding on 23 in 7th, Montego Bay on 22 points in 8th, Vere at 9th spot with 19, and Humber Lions round out top 10 with 18 points. As I said, Lime Hall and Treasure Beach are down the bottom 13 and 14 respectively with 7 points each. I bent on your side, Mullines is 12 and 15 points. I just don't understand what is happening with Harborview. Harborview is in 11th place with 16 points.
They said they had a bad start to the season, and I think Jared Beanie and family said they're rounding the corner now, to paraphrase. Them can say it's corner long. Yo, hey, Mullines, why? At least we double up over the bottom place feed of them.
Well,
15-7, we double. We're good. Mullines is safe for another year.
What type of games leave? A lot of games. I don't understand. Mullines sell them one of them best strikers to Dumbleholding. No. What is it that you guys really want? What do you think? Who do you think you are? You think you're Chelsea? I mean, like, what is this? Why are you selling? No, not Chelsea. Do you think you're Brighton? Why would you sell one of your top players to Dumberhole only to be down there struggling? Nonsense, man.
We're trying to adapt to Premier League profitability and sustainability rules.
Okay, you might just do that with what is side name owned by Mr. Cash. We are playing in the other tier. Down there we now go. But it's interesting. Mount Pleasant spent Chelsea money and they're now in second place. Cavalier never spent all that money, but it's good to see them up there. We know that the top two teams they qualify for the championship playoff. So this is really something that they're working for.
The U20 boys, they played a few games against Trinidad recently. How do those players look? Do we have a nice little fixture? I think John Wall is saying that he's scouting and he's scouting heavily.
Oh, sorry, that was loud. I think we lost 1-1 the last game. 3-1. I don't know what I mean by scouting, but we will see when the tournament starts, when the roster put out, we will see. I know a couple kids have been called, and I know a couple kids have not been talked to. Kids who I think can help the program, but hey, I'm not the coach. John Wall, I think when he lost the first game, he said no interviews. So I don't know. Him give me a Jose Moreno kind of vibe. Maybe that's a good thing. Maybe our U20 program will kind of prosper. I know for the U17, I know Kerry James and Ultimate Butler put on a camp the other day, and they had quite a few players who are eligible to represent the national team at U17 level, and that they can do well. So the youth teams are actually doing well. The setups, they're being run by professional footballers, professional people. So it's really nice to see. It's not like back in the day when you throw up two players together. Unlike the girls program, which pretty much is dead, the boys are really being invested heavily in. Now we talk about the girls program, and I talk about the senior women's team. This is how I know that Jamaica does not respect female football. Next week, the high school league is supposed to start. There's been no communication. You don't see any press release, no press conference, no nothing by ISA, nothing at all. But the league is supposed to start next week. The same thing with the Jamaica Women's Premier League. There's no press conference, nothing in the press, no nothing. But the league is supposed to start. There's still some outstanding money that's due to clubs from last season that is still outstanding. So I just don't know. I don't know who to talk to. I don't know who to argue with. But there's just no respect whatsoever for the female program. If you want to assist some of the girls out there, the listeners who are listening, contact some schools that you have attended, the co-ed schools, and ask them how you can assist with helping the girls program. A lot of these schools need assistance. They need balls, they need shin guards, they need socks, they need some assistance. If you are in Jamaica and you can coach, some of these schools need coaches who can help the programs. So that's my plea for you.
All right, support the women's football. Another question. BM says John Wall comes across as a sack. Weird. We want to make sure so we get.
Joseph, that's it, Joseph Moreno.
We want to make sure so we get exactly the comment. Exactly.
Sarcastic and arrogant. Not
sarcastic and arrogant. Yeah. Some we can't.
What?
Any update on the presidential election?
No, still in the court. There's still beach soccer. I don't know why I'm calling it beach soccer because we're at Jamaica. Beach football actually holding up the thing. I really think, and this is what my inside people are telling me, they said that before Ricketts looked like a shoo-in, but now they're saying that the race is a toss-up. They're saying the president's race is a toss-up, and this is interesting. Before, Ricketts, he wasn't campaigning, he wasn't asking, he wasn't promising anybody any ball, allegedly promising anybody any balls, any shin guards, any little perks. No, it's panic mode. So we may see a changing of the guard when it comes to JFF.
There was
That's for the best.
Go ahead, Junior.
I said, hopefully that's for the best.
Yeah, hopefully it's for the best. Hopefully it's for the best. So the injunction was for what? 28 days. Have we gotten? How close are we to the 28 days? If I'm not. Guys, when did the Supreme Court of Jamaica issue their ruling? Was it 28 days ago? I mean, should we be getting something soon, like next week? Because it looked like a long time ago.
No, I think it's supposed to be this month. What was it? Is it February 28th? What date is it?
Okay. All right. So
there's something, I don't remember what date it was, but I think it's in February. But remember, no, we have to figure. I don't remember what date it was, but remember that.
Jamaica, you're right.
Jamaica go and have their government local elections. So a whole bunch of things have to get rearranged.
Okay, because the original election date was set for January 14th.
Yeah, man, it was delayed. So that means, is it February 14th?
Yeah, so it was delayed. Okay.
Yeah, so I think it's 28 days, so it's in February.
BM says at this point, might as well FIFA take over Jamaica, JFF. Ricketts and Anderson put together don't make one. There are some who are clamoring for that. I don't know, BM. I don't know, because I'm using what's going on in Trinidad and watching it closely. I think Trinidad seems to be back on the mend, but in terms of improvement, but there was a lot of shenanigans going on behind the scenes in Trinidad. When, in fact, the FIFA normalization committee was supposed to be there for what, 2 years in Trinidad? And now it's what, year 3 or 4 or whatever. So I don't know.
Extended stay.
Yeah. So.
Yep. Yeah, but there has been a FIFA rep at the JFF for over a year now. So there's someone in-house. So I remember we talked about it. I said you realize that the contingent, the when they're going anywhere, Ricketts alone go. You realize the last trip, it wasn't no 15 man and no flag beer and no. You realize there's some changes. But I understand. So it's like, it's which poison are we going to pick, Ricketts or Anderson? To me, Anderson, though, I have not seen anything that Anderson has put forward that will say it's different or it is world changing or it can move football forward. It's just that Ricketts is doing a poor job. You don't want to reward Ricketts for doing a poor job. So, all right, then let's give this other man a chance. But to be fair, BM is correct. Anderson has not, his manifesto is just put some things together and just throw some things out there. But you just can't keep rewarding Ricketts for doing the bare minimum. And I think that's where people are at this point. If Anderson go in and farm full himself, then them vote him out the same way. That's just how it is.
Yeah, and that's the only thing you can, at least I think, the only thing you can really hope on. You have 2 choices. Nobody else never want to run. So these are the 2 choices you have. You can either continue with Bug Ricketts, or you can tell him, say, yo, let's give this brother a run. My only thing that I find somewhat impressive about the Anderson group is that they have like Dave Cameron a part of his group, and Dave Cameron is very experienced in the administrative side of things. I've listened to Dave Cameron do interviews on Sportsmax, big up Lance and the crew, and he had the JFF constitution, and he makes more sense talking about this constitution and the bylaws than in the last 8 years I listened to Mike Ricketts, or however long he's been president, talking about the same stuff. So I think Dave Cameron in any organization from an administrative standpoint can be an asset. I also think the youth down in Mobile Mobile United owner, what name, Powell, can also be an asset. So that is what I hope. I don't know if it's going to be any better though.
I don't know. It's just too much friends and too much people who want power and they don't want to grow the sport. Because there's so many things. Even for the Jamaica Premier League, right? I see what's his name? Williams? My name, William, come out
Yeah, the
and I say,
chairman, the chairman.
the chairman come out and I say, support the thing or whatever. The amount of time I send my ideas out there. I have been to the games as a female, right? I have been to the games and I understand why you won't get a lot of female to the game. You won't get a lot of moms carrying their kids. You won't get a lot of fathers carrying their sons. No family. And I keep saying, if you want to grow the game, we're talking about the women them want play too, right? You create a double head up on a Saturday or a Sunday, make the woman them play first, right? Bring in the fans, make the woman them play first, and then now you have the men them the play after. Or whatever you better put the woman them last, because some of the man them not gonna stay for watch the woman them. So you put the woman them first. Then you have a family section, right, at the stadium where me want to bring my son or my daughter and my wife over this section. No weed smoking, no drinking, no bad word cussing, no excitement over here. So this is the family section. Halftime, you have the halftime show. You have a clown come through, picking them fees, make two balloon. You will get the engagement, right? Make sure so not have porta potty at the how many times we got the stadium you not have nowhere for a woman pee or a kid for go use the bathroom. You build up that. If you get a family of 4, that's 4 admission fee, 4 ice cream, 4 hot dog, 4 jersey. This is how you grow the game. You have to get the audience out there. You have to cater to different audience. You want to cater to the man who have the weed in them mud corner and the guineas in them back pocket. That's what you're not going to get the support. So I write this, I send it out there, I give my friend them whisper at people ears and nobody say, all right then, good idea, let me incorporate something. Even jersey sales. You cannot get a jersey for one of these teams to buy online. Mount Pleasant have a presence out there. The other day I see Montego Bay put out so them have jersey on sale. And my friend underneath the post I asked them 3 times, is this online? Where can I buy this? So me respond and say, boss man them now, and them say him said even an answer to say you cannot get it to buy online. There's no social media presence. There's nobody to talk to somebody who wants some information. Do you know how much people I know are foreign who support Arnett and would I want an Arnett jersey? How do I buy an Arnett jersey? So they don't want ideas. They just want to come out and say support the thing, but they're not making it accessible or making it family friendly. Because I want to go to the games, but I don't want to sit in the middle of the man them a cuss and a carry on and whatever with the weed and whatever. Make the thing a family affair and you will get people who want to come out on a Sunday for a drive to come watch a double header.
100% agree.
I agree.
100% agree. Football, yo. You know, from when I try to get a jersey for Reno, I can't get none. And, you know, ultimately, I mean, I don't know if it's probably is a difficult thing for these teams sell jerseys, for ship them. I don't know the logistic about it. Maybe Junior know something about it, but Missy man I sell t-shirt for online with online printing and I sell it all over the place. So I think it should be readily easier to do that right now. You have your logo and you can drop it on a product and have it shipped. So
I don't know like that. You have to have a target market. If so, I come on. So there are members of the diaspora that is half Jamaican island that love some of these teams. Just hire a printing press in the country of that person. If it's if you're targeting the United Kingdom, you talk about your shipping question, Benton. We're not shipping anything from Jamaica to United Kingdom. It will be made in United Kingdom and delivered there, right? So that would be an easy way. You just rent out the facility. But like come on, so them not really telling them to take suggestions. So It is what it is, man.
This is what it is. All right. Watch the space. Tentatively around February 14, thereabouts. We expect some sort of ruling from the courts and the next step in this election saga. Football family, as a lot of you watching online, big up, thank you all for joining us. Make sure to smash the like button. Remember to tell a friend about the show. Big up. AFCON coming up this week. Any parting words, family? Any parting words before we go my yard? Come on. And come like she gone again, Junior.
No, but I was looking, it's 28 days. So it should be 28 days from January 14.
Okay, all right.
For the election. So that's what the injunction was, 28. 28. Listen, all I am saying is this, right? We have the opportunity to make the World Cup. It's not something that we're saying. Maybe we have the opportunity to make the World Cup. We just don't need to drop the ball. We have the players out there. If you look at the players, you have players who are come from England, USA. I don't think you have 30% local players on the U17 or maybe the U20 team. They are recruiting heavily. So shouldn't be any problem for us to qualify for the age group. U17 are going right now. Mr. USA a girl team 13-0 or whatever. We should be in that mix too. But we are just not pushing or trying to grow football, especially the girls' game. I will always try to champion for the girls' game, but it is very difficult. We don't get the support. There's no reason why me, a regular citizen, supposed to have put shin guard and boots and ball in my bag and I carry home for the Premier League, for the Jamaica Premier League players to be able to play a game. They not get, and I'm going to tell you again, they don't get paid. They don't get stipend. So we cannot get players. Right now, we can't find enough players to play on our team. We can't. So it is something out there that can be fixed easily. You have to set up a system that you can at least give the girls stipend. The ones who have to leave work early, at least we can give bus fare. We cannot even afford that. Same thing with trying to get the young girls out there on scholarships. If they do not play, we cannot get them a foreign. Please, parents, do not tell us that football cannot do anything for your daughters. You're not being truthful. Especially St. Jago High School, we have one of the best players out there in the world in Bunny Shaw. And when parents are saying that I don't see how football can help my student, my child, you're not being honest with yourself. Let us call a spade and say what you actually mean. But that is not true. Football opens doors for both male and female. I see it. I live it every day. And that is something that I want to impart when it comes to players and their parents. We just need assistance from the parents, fans of the game, family and friends. If you know a football player who is interested in playing football, who loves the game, just encourage that player. If you can even give them a pair of football boots, because 9 out of 10 times, that is the drawback. You know, coach, I want to play football, but my mother can't afford a pair of boots. If you know a player who is talented, please see if you can assist that player to live their reality.
100. Junior, anything you want to try part in the words, family?
Come on, well said. Well said. Come on, I can't say it any better. And looking forward to the World Cup hosting here. That's my parting words. But support the girls and support the boys teams. Just support Jamaica as a whole.
Yeah, the bottom line is wherever you're there in our world, we have a whole heap of listeners across this planet, and big up to all of them. Encourage a player. We love the sport. We love Ball Chat is born out of this idea of celebrating our football and football teams. But at the nuts and bolts of it is we need to support young players, young development, encouragement. Come on, said it 100% correct. Anything we can do, word of advice, coaching, Referees wanted, so some of if turn referee. So support the players though. Support young players. Football family, thank you again for joining us. Big up, great show as always. Big up to the crew, big up to the production office and management. Of course, big up to Camon and Junior as always. How we do it. Want to thank the listeners as always. Big up. Remember to smash the like button. Remember to tell a friend about the show. Connect with us on Instagram at Ball Chat Podcast. We're on Facebook at Ball Chat. We are on Twitter at Ball Chat 1. Big week coming up for AFCON semi-final games coming up this week. Also Asian Cup games coming up on Wednesday and Tuesday. Big game in Bundesliga.